the whole week it was a blessing for sure. And just for the group that he put me with, I ended up in children's ministry, which I kind of thought at first, I was like, well, and I was the only guy in the group, and a bunch of girls, and I kind of thought, I was like, oh, with a bunch of girls, I didn't know what to think about that, it turned out I knew that that's where the Lord wanted me, that's where he put me there for a reason. Started out the first night we got there, we went back with our groups, or the new groups they put us with, and went back to their little classroom thing, and they told us kind of what we were going to be doing, and she started off, my group leader started off by telling us about the neighborhood that we were going to be ministering in. The crime rate was 5 times the national average, and there had been 69 people murdered right within 200 yards of the building that we were going to. So I was like, I'm with a bunch of girls and we're going to I get killed, but it all turned out pretty good. On the way to the first day, when we go into site the first day, the Lord was telling me just to be prepared to preach, to teach if need be. And sure enough, when we first got there, they said, I ended up signing up for working with the 12 and up boys or guys. So I'm thinking, I'll get to that. Anyway, we got there, and they said that the person that normally preaches, that teaches there, was on a mission trip in India. So they needed somebody to step up and preach. And they kind of looked around the room, nobody raised their hands. So I was like, I'll do it. And they said, okay. And they said, we'll give you a lesson in a minute. And they told me that the Bible study would be at the end of the day. And so all we did was play basketball and football with the boys, or should I say men, and all day and then right there at the end, the lady came up with the Bible lesson and gave it to me. Here you go, you got to teach this in about 10 minutes on it. All right, and luckily it was Jesus walking on the water and then calming the sea, both of those together. So I knew a lot of it and just kind of studied it real quick. And then I went over there, and like I said, I was thinking, I got 12 and up guys, thinking that it was going to be boys, like maybe high school age at oldest. I believe the oldest guy in my group was 33. And they were all pretty crazy. And the girl told me, I ended up, it was amazing. The Lord spoke through me, used me. He spoke to me all week, and he spoke through me, and that was a big blessing. I just want to praise God for that. And the girl told me that usually the guys, the older ones that are pretty much out of high school, they usually walk off after everybody gets done playing basketball and football and stuff. They usually kind of go off and go back to their doing drugs or whatever else they do. And but they actually stay around and listen. And she said usually they're all rowdy and fighting and just talking during the Bible studies, but they were quiet. They listened, and I believe they got it and got some out of it. The Lord spoke to them, and that was definitely a blessing. And then the next day, I didn't think I was doing the Bible study the next day, and I got there and I kind of asked my group leader. I said, "Do you know if I'm doing the Bible study?" And she said, "No, I don't think so." And then got there, and that day the Bible study was at the beginning of the day, and they said, "Oh, are you going to do the Bible study today?" I said, "I guess so." So I did it. Another one that one was even more so on right there, right then and there. They handed it to me and said, "Here, go ahead and do it." So I did it, and nobody that I know of came to know Christ, but I had a bunch of questions asked, a bunch of guys they were asking questions about it, kept asking, and they'd come up to me even after we left that and started playing basketball or football or whatever. They'd come up to me and ask more questions about it, and I thought that was really cool. And the whole week was a big blessing, and got to even work in a food pantry place and box canned foods up on the Thursday, and we just did a lot of stuff. It was a big blessing, and I'm glad I went to this camp. the Lord used the camp just to, like I said, He spoke to me and spoke through me, and I just want to praise Him for that.